And welcome everyone to Channel 19 as Channel 19 presents boys soccer as the Sterling Silver Knights take on the Haddon Township Hawks at home of Sterling. And you take a look at last year, Colonial Liberty, Haddonfield Bulldogs, of course, won the division. Big game decided against Sterling here. They ended up, I believe it was a draw, or it was either a loss, either way.
Could have been, yeah. You see a few ties there.
Either way, Sterling goes to 9-8. With West Effort just behind them at 7-9. And we're going to take a look at the Colonial Patriot as Haddon Township Hawks, just an amazing season right there, staying undefeated in their own division, losing just 2 games and of course drawing 2 games. And we're going to take a look at the standings of this year. Sterling right now starting off a great start of 2-0 as Haddon Township also undefeated with 3-0.
Haddon Township's won 4 straight. Haddon Township outscored Sterling 10-6 in those games. Sterling last won against Haddon Township in 2017. Haddon Township goes into the Liberty Division now. Last year, Haddon Township outscored opponents 93-9, so that tells you the dominance that they have. Last year, Sterling outscored opponents 31-29. This year, Haddon Township is outscoring opponents 7-3, and this year, Sterling is outscoring opponents by a whopping 9-1. So there's some telling stats there, John, especially that last one we saw where this year Sterling is outscoring their opponents 9-1. It just shows you how dominant they've been in early going.
Really does. And of course you saw that last match, Sterling against Audubon, where they were able to keep the clean sheet for them, and also it's going to be really interesting on how Sterling now tries to keep up that momentum and all against a very strong Haddon Township. But not to mention, it also shows how defensively strong they are, and also that they are also not just a defensive team, but a good offensive team too. So they're a very well-balanced team.
Yep. And you get that sometimes where teams are very good defensively, and they lose a lot of 1-0 games. They just don't have those skilled players that can finish. But obviously, Sterling this year doesn't have that problem.
Justin Maroney tries to kick it up and gets intercepted by Township. Ermel, who's just passed it off to Gabe Chatton, but now Timmy Hall. I didn't know if you saw the highlights, but what were your thoughts of Ermel's goal, if you did see it?
John, you know what? I've been so busy I didn't see the highlights. Was it a good goal? Describe it.
It was a big goal. So basically, it's right now the same spot where that one defender is, number 16, where, well, actually a little bit closer to the 18-yard box, but basically Ermel has an opportunity to take a shot, does take the shot over the goalkeeper's head and right in the top left corner.
Wow, that's impressive from what you're saying. Sounds impressive. Well, Ermel's probably one of the better athletes in his senior class with what he comes in, the resume he has coming into this season, as we look at a kick right here, with what he's done in soccer, basketball, and also last year in lacrosse he had an outstanding year.
And you know what's going to be a real factor, I feel like a factor in this game, is actually the wind. Wherever the wind blows to, it's going to affect the ball and how it's going.
And the winds are going right to left.
So it will basically affect the ball a little bit, but not too badly, hopefully, for Sterling. As Sterling tries to get a through ball to Mike Berkeley.
Mike Berkeley was a big factor in the midfield. I know they played him in a lot of different places, put him up at forward. I know for the one game we had, I think he scored a goal within a minute, within the first minute, and really had an outstanding year last year, whether he was up at forward or playing in midfield. A real physical presence out in the midfield when he was as a midfielder. It looks like now he's more of a forward.
And Justin Maroney wins that ball back, and now Morsland, who looks very dangerous in that last game, takes too much under the ball, and not a good shooting shot, but a good opportunity right there from Justin Maroney.
And that was all physical play right there. You talk about coaches analyzing a game. A lot of times they say the team that wins this team is going to win the battle for loose balls, and you saw that there by Justin Maroney. Just a stellar job taking over and almost set up a scoring opportunity, but obviously the ball went high, but just a great job by Justin Maroney in that far corner. Tank.
Yes.
Is the nickname.
Tank is the nickname that everyone knows him by.
He's big, but shouldn't a tank be even bigger? Don't you think a tank is like that nose guard that's like, obviously I'm referring over to a different sport, but the guy that is like maybe 5'10", 250, right? That's Tank. He's big, but one of the smaller tanks we've seen, right?
Yeah.
But he plays like a tank.
He does.
So that's probably the more important thing. And you saw that right there. He looked like a tank in that play with the player bouncing off him.
So there's going to be a foul. Quick play from Sterling. Sterling's not going to try and cross this in, but Moreland tries to kick it in, makes it a goal kick. And you can also see the football team practicing out there for their Saturday game against Paulsboro.
Are you going to show up this week?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Well, as soon if I do get confirmation that I can show up from Mr. K, of course.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say from like a girlfriend or something like that. It's ironic that you're able to come to the Saturday morning games, but we don't see you in the Friday night games. So you don't have to divulge your personal life. If we're second fiddle, it's no problem, John. Anyway, well, John, this game between two very good teams kind of looks a lot like we see games starting out where they're just one team has the edge, the other team has the edge. A lot of back and forth action now with probably Sterling getting more attack time, I would say. But you see Township's attack time is leading to a kick right here with Sterling setting up the wall.
And you can hear the Haddon Township coach making some last-minute adjustments. And let's see if these adjustments can prove anything to the score line. Hasn't yet, but a pretty good shot right there from Township right there. Very dangerous, right in the middle of the box.
And you talk about the coaches, two very well-respected coaches in this conference when you talk about Pete Marleys and Jim Bonder. Both have had a lot of success. Jim Bonder has I believe a couple of state championships. Yeah, South Jersey champions last year for Group 1, and actually had a and I believe a couple years ago they actually finished in a tie for the state. It was a tie game, and they just called it a tie, made them co-state champions.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, something they hadn't done in years past, but it really puts in a tough situation if you get to the point where you get to a golden goal. And I think states.
I thought that would actually go to penalties. Wait, is that for state or?
For state. They won South Jersey, but they were a co-state champion.
Oh, I'm surprised then that didn't go to then penalties then. usually something like that, if it's a tournament or something even as big as that, would go to penalties.
They didn't do it. They didn't do that. It was, I believe, it was probably 3 years ago, 4 years ago. I mean, that's the only time I'd heard of that happening, but it definitely did happen.
Lomas is going to have to get out. Drops a little stumble right there from Lomas, but able to still collect the ball right there.
And Joe Lomas coming in last year after an injury. He really did an outstanding job, and you see him right there making that right decision there. Had a little bobble, but regained control, and he's going to be a big factor this year. There's no question about it, especially when you get in games like this where you're going against good teams, and a big save here or there can really be the difference, and it can really pick up the whole team when you see a goalie kind of having your back like that.
Head out, and that's going to be Township's throw-in right there. As I believe Township's going to make a substitution, and Township will throw this one in. And honestly, these two teams really seemed really well organized too. Not to mention they really play as a team. The communication's on point.
And I think both, when you talk about styles, I think both teams play very physical. Also, we saw what Justin Maroney did in that far corner, and I believe we did this game last year where
I think that was the time where Joey Lomas actually came in for the first time and all. And it ended up believing actually in a 1-1 draw.
Right, and the one thing that stuck out to me was, I know we talked about Mike Berkeley, really had an impact defensively in the midfield and neutralizing some of the better forwards from Haddon Township.
Sterling now intercepts. Moorsline's going to take another shot.
Boy. A good shot from far out. Good skills by Moreland. Kind of turning around, gaining a little separation. And that's a great job when you have a defender right on you to be able to just get away from him a little bit and create another scoring opportunity.
Justin Maroney's going to try and get something, tries to keep it in, but he won't able to, so that's going to be another Township throw-in right there. And what's really interesting is, bold prediction here, I think whoever is going to win, I feel like whoever wins out of these two games that I believe they face against each other, I believe they faced each other twice, I could be wrong, but if they do face each other twice, and whoever really wins out of those two games, I feel like is going to be the winner of this division.
Yeah, you could very well be right.
Of course, you still have the likes of playing of West Deptford and believe Haddonfield's still in this division. If I'm,
I think so. I think I saw Haddonfield in there.
Of course, you see the foul.
Coming in! On 9! Second ball!
John Hall would be very demanding. You gotta watch these stars.
That's right now. Sterling's trying to stop Township as a nice kick from Justin Maroney as now Michael Berkeley runs through the clearance. And now Mike Berkeley could have a shot here. He does take a shot low down to the ground and easy save for the keeper.
Well, good job, Michael Berkeley, right there. Getting ahead of the pack, and then obviously he was out of the way a little bit, but made himself a good scoring opportunity right there. Or a decent one to get it on net. Good job, John, getting that ball there.
Yeah, and as Sterling does make a quick substitution.
Makers, work together.
Now Sterling back in Township's end, where I feel like they've been mostly have been, or at least just been in the midfield where these two teams have just been battling it out. Really, no team has really gone for too long, as one of the Township players is slow to get up, but gets up to his feet. And now Township's going to head up into Sterling's end. And a nice, good job defense from Justin Burr. Kevin Stubbs, one of the newer of last year, of course, from the team. Was Kevin Stubbs.
Kevin Stubbs also a wrestler, outstanding wrestler.
Why we need you there? Move more.
And right there, Justin Burr doing a good job staying goal side of him, of the attacker. Basically just, and we'll take a quick look at the standings right now. That was last year's standing, of course, and we're going to we'll see what's different from this year's to last year's. Of course, Haddonfield is still in there. They're 0-2, and Heights starting off slow with their first loss, of course. And yeah, Audubon also losing their second game, of course, just Tuesday.
Heights and obviously Haddonfield definitely is probably usually one of the better teams in the conference there. And Heights has had some successful years, won a state championship a few years back. So there's the two teams that still have a chance to turn things around. Might just be having some early season struggles.
And honestly, looking at the division, it is just a lot of talent, like a lot of good teams in there. Like you got Audubon, you got Haddon Township, you got Sterling in there, you got, all those teams have basically won the division later on, of course, or been a threat to win the division.
Yes, Sean.
Good job by Sean Branley right there defending.
And McFadden just sends this one back over to Township.
Jadis McFadden got a lot of quality time last year as a sophomore in basketball. And looks to take on an even bigger role this year as a junior.
Township going to have another free kick right here, low down to the ground, hits off a couple of legs, and it's going to go. Township's going to try and make something out of it. Unfortunately, it doesn't, and now Sterling's going to try and clear this one away.
I'm impressed with what we're doing on the defensive side. John, you can see right there, Township would gain possession, especially deep in our own end. We're really not giving them the room to turn and shoot.
This is going to be a a long throw in right here. Let's see if he can get into the box. He really gets it into the box. No one there, of course, where it was. And Township still with the ball. And Lomas is going to go and get that one. And we're just about unofficially 2 minutes away from reaching halfway through this first half. And honestly, these two teams are really showing their strengths. We haven't seen too many mistakes from either team, and of course, we always say this: the team that makes the fewer mistakes is gonna will likely win this game. Mike Berkeley's gonna try and take a shot, gets a little too much under it too, and drives that one high.
I would say that Sterling has definitely had more of the scoring opportunities you see right here. Mike Berkeley getting away. Really, Mike Berkeley does a great job getting separation when somebody's on him. He's got a lot of quickness, and he has the skills to finish. He's going to have a lot of plays like this where he's going to end up connecting, no question about it. And that was a tough one because it was taking a bounce, took a little of a bit of a high bounce, and I think that was one of the main reasons why it resulted in a high shot.
Timmy Hall is going to pass this one back to Lomas. Lomas now is going to have to kick this one away, able to. And Sterling able to get this one really far all the way down to the other keeper. And right there, I feel like Sterling had to attack that because, I mean, the worst thing that can happen is basically the goalie comes out and maybe clears it before you get there, but at least you're pressing the keeper, rushing the keeper to make a mistake. It's the reason why why coaches always tell you to follow your shots through, because you never know what the goalkeeper might not handle the ball right.
Yeah, a bobbled rebound. Yep.
And those are usually the most important goals because they may be sloppy, but a goal is a goal in the long run, and it's an opportunity for you to score.
And this is a tight game. You know, one little mishap like that can end up being the difference.
Coach Marley does not like that call. And another call Coach Marley just does not like.
And Township is going to get the kick here. So this is an opportunity for Township here as we're moving through this first half.
And here comes the cross in, and Township does send a header right through, but right into Lomas's arms.
Good job by Joe Lomas reading that, but probably Township's best opportunity. I mean, it wasn't a great opportunity, but that's their one that was probably closest in on the net.
It was the closest, but it wasn't like the strongest header too.
Yeah,
it was a very a lofty header too.
Yeah, it was close, but it was a little far out for being that one timer that the goalie doesn't have time
to react to.
Yep.
Yeah. This big Haddon's going to kick this one away. No, he's just going to give this one to Timmy Hall. And he's going to send this one all the way down, loses possession, but Sterling quickly able to get there. As Kevin Stubbs tries to get something going.
I think Kevin Stubbs was listening to you about charging the goalie in case there was a loose rebound right there, because
again, Timmy Hall also had a great game against Audubon, making honestly a really good save where Lomas came out, did save it. It looked like the ball was going in, just basically falling in his knee, just makes the ball go out of bounds and make it into a corner kick.
We saw a lot of substitution. You can see Sterling really has a lot of depth, has a lot of kids, players playing with, coming into this year with already having some varsity experience.
And right now what Sterling has got to do is got to play this game with the wind with them right now. Of course, Kevin Martin also got the second goal of the game with a nice easy little tap in right there, misdirect, which got Sterling into a 2-0 lead to win the game. And that's going to be a Haddon Township corner right there, as Haddon Township also makes a pairs of substitution. And just a good job right there from McFadden and all to not let that player get closer to the goal and all. And also a great job for him to even going for the ball and to try to keep it in and not to make it into a corner.
Yep. Little things, right?
Little things like that will always help out a team. Of course, he didn't get it, but it's what really matters like that. Is Lomas gets a nice catch right there, and you see it basically doesn't get there. That's going in, I think.
Now that's a great job. That nullifies that opportunity for that head ball, John, that we were talking about when it comes in close, where if you're not in the right spot, you're not going to get it if you're a goalie. So good job of stepping out by Joe Lomas.
Now Township has the ball now and has an advantage. And another good tackle right there from McFadden. And I feel like we've been calling his name all day.
Not only breaking it up, but getting it back upfield in a hurry. And obviously Sterling wasn't able to take it the other way, but that's when you have those nice transition plays. And Sterling has some speed. If you get it to one of their speedsters, that's one of those things that can ultimately get you more offensive opportunities.
Of course, you're going to see the foul on Township right here.
Jake Camardo and Justin Maroney set to go in.
And of course, our next game is going to be Friday, September 17th. Girls soccer will be playing at home, where they'll be facing Haddonfield. And I believe girls soccer is also playing today at Haddon Township.
Yep. 2 games, especially that Haddonfield game, that could go a long way in determining the division winner, even this early in the season.
Of course, girls soccer is also undefeated in their own division and overall too.
Mr. Sean Clank coming in here with us. And this is Braden Shan coming out, as well as Robbie Toomey.
So Sean Clank, what have you liked so far that you've seen through from Sterling?
Well, they've done a real good job this year of possessing the ball, probably better than they have in the last couple of years. As far as across the board, just possessing the ball and then moving the ball from side to side and switching fields. You know, they don't have that top level scorer this year, so it's really going to be more of a team aspect, and you're going to see a lot of almost like a bull in a china shop going right to the net this year than most years. We won't see very many pretty goals, but we'll see goals.
Well, they're definitely putting some offensive pressure. Had about three or four opportunities, but they were from a little ways out. But
yeah, you'll see. I mean, right now they have Mike Ermel and Michael Berkeley playing strikers, and they really know how to attack the net. And again, they're as evidence right there is like you have a nice opportunity there, and again, might not be the prettiest of soccer plays that are going to make the highlights of Sports Center, but they're effective and they're very dangerous plays.
John losing the battle here on the table with a bug.
Yeah.
We've been getting attacked by the lanternflies all over the place the last couple days. So, not to spread any conspiracy theories, but they started to show up as soon as COVID started to show up. So,
just saying, right?
Just saying. Yeah, I'm not spreading any conspiracy theories.
It's merely just a comment in and of itself.
Yeah, my tinfoil hat is very comfortable, by the way.
So all now I can think is the sky is falling. The sky is falling.
Yeah, I mean they've really been the Chinese lanternflies have really been a pain the last more so this year than they have been in last year. But they're definitely growing in numbers. There's Josh Moreland coming up on the left-hand side.
Moreland makes a nice through ball, and unfortunately doesn't get it to the right player.
Yeah, tried to get it to Camardo, tried to sneak one in there, and just a little too much oomph on that pass.
I feel like Sterling's got the better of the opportunities for moving the ball up, whereas Township has gotten their opportunities off some restarts.
It's a nice control here by Justin Maroney. So it looks like we're gonna have a goal kick here. Again, this is where some of the athleticism from Sterling can come into play. So you're not necessarily getting the soccer skill per se, but you'll get these opportunities because athletically, I think we're very good across the board right now. Yeah, it's going to be a corner. So a nice job by Justin Maroney to get the corner tick. So this is Josh Moreland taking a corner.
Sterling moving around, and yeah, that's gonna stop it right there. That's gonna Sean Klink gonna check on him.
He's going to check on that. And to what Sean was saying, talking about the athletic ability, you saw, and we've talked about it before, Mike Berkeley and Ermel.
It was a head butt.
We're going to look at this in a replay.
And you're going to see right here, basically right in front of it, Camarado.
Yeah.
Basically going for the ball. So is the defender of number 5, I believe, which is Dermot Sheehan.
See it again here. Yeah, they just banged heads.
Just
right
banged
there.
heads, and of course one comes out worse than the other.
See it with another look right here. It's always tough. And John, as we look at this again, we talked. Sean Klink was talking about the athletic ability that you're seeing out there as we look at this replay. And both Mike Ermel, Mike Berkeley, and we were talking about it earlier, used that athletic ability to gain the separation, and it's led to a couple of opportunities here in this first half, just by having that quickness.
See from another look, yeah, that nothing you can do there. There's no really foul in it. They're both going for the ball. They both have the right to go for the ball. Just unfortunate that just happened. And just one last look at this again, and it's just.
Good to see that young man up and moving around.
usually, if two players collide like that, they usually take out both players. It's just as a precautionary reason, but.
Coach, you ran 2 in and 1 that came off.
And we're going to get things restarted here with the Sterling kick. Not a bad opportunity here for Sterling with this kick by Kevin Martin.
And right now, Township has a counterattack, but Sterling able to get back. Moreline couldn't find someone to pass to. Justin Burge kicks this one up and gives it to Kevin Martin.
Good.
Jimmy Zingaro getting the throwing opportunity. Jimmy having an outstanding year in basketball last year, and looking to be one of the key guys this year.
And Justin Maroney comes throwing himself into the box. He's kind of slow to get up, but he's okay. But just a great throw by Jimmy Zingaro and a good opportunity right there for Justin Maroney to try to get a foot to it, but unable to.
And a good job. Now, we talk about all the good defensive plays we're seeing from Sterling. That was a great job by Brian Furlano, a senior from Haddon Township, getting to Maroney before he was able to get a good clean shot. You see he goes down there as we have Mr. Mike Gaffredo checking in. Mike Gaffredo stressing that this is his hometown. He's a Haddon Township guy, but he's just rooting for Sterling. We'll clear that up before that any bad rumors get out there.
Gaffredo likes Haddon Township? What?
You'd be the one to start them, John. I wouldn't put it past you.
Nah, he's a very good coach. Good, very good coach for Sterling, of course, and of course I think he's mainly rooting for Sterling.
You thought for a second there Sterling was going to get some sustained attack time, but Township right now is doing a good job in the last 45 seconds, just controlling the middle, but they get that pass ahead. Really, that's been the thing that's hurt them. At times they control the middle, get the ball ahead. They're not able to connect.
And a nice punt right there for Sterling. Mike Berkeley could have a shot, does break away from a defender. Now he's going to try and maybe cross this one in for someone in the middle. And Camarado tries to do a bicycle kick. Unfortunate. It's either a bicycle kick or a scorpion kick on how he was doing it. Mainly the bicycle kick is basically doing a backflip.
Yeah, that was a tough one. Didn't connect, but the idea was there. That's something you could see them connect on later on in this game.
We're going to
see the bicycle kick by Camarado. Just didn't get it square. That's the one, if he connects on that square, that could have been our first goal.
And that was not a kick, basically, because of this, how he was attacking it on the side. I do not know who gives these things these names. I thought.
But you do know the difference from one to the other.
Yeah.
Which I don't, so you cleared that up for me.
Very low to the ground and very dangerous right there for Sterling, but able to clear that one away, and it's going to be a corner for Township. And even Township's a little confused. I think that might have actually came off a Township player.
But this is where Township is getting most of their opportunities, off restarts, corners. That's where Sterling's been. You see that right there. They had 3 defenders converge on the ball, and that's what Sterling's been able to do. Not give Haddon Township the ability to do anything with these corners and restarts. See right here, the referee comes in here. He's part of the field of play, and he's going to get in the way a little bit here. Sometimes that just unfortunately happens.
Either way, it's still going to stay Sterling's ball. Mike Berkeley, Camarado is going to try and get there, but unfortunate. Mike Berkeley could have set up a really nice, good opportunity right there, but just a little bit of not a good punt and all, and again, right now it's just been a battle between mere inches, really. In this game, it's basically the back and forth action. One takes an opportunity, the other team takes another opportunity. It's been really close, and
that's basically what we expected. We knew we had 2 evenly matched teams, and that's the way it's kind of turning out here.
And wow, I'm surprised the ref didn't call that one. That looks a little bit of a foul right there, but I thought ref was going to play advantage.
And they've had a few times. Watch this. You're going to see the kick just going ahead, just past the forward right there. That would have had a one-on-one point-blank opportunity going against Joey Lomas.
Mooresland gives it to Jake with a header! Mike Berkeley with a header! Mike Berkeley able to score the first goal in the first half. What a goal right here.
Well, John, we've seen those headers from far out, but this is that point-blank opportunity that we talked about. You see Camardo, he's going to get the assist, and Berkeley comes in with a head of steam and just made that one count.
And here is something right here for you. You heard the communication. You hear Mike Berkeley say, "Hey, I'm wide open in the box." As you're going to see the hand being, well, I thought he also raised up his hand, but he does speak out to his players and say, "I'm open."
And that's where he knew where to set up, and he saw where the defenders were and where they weren't, and went to that spot. As we're going to look at it one more time,
just
Mike Berkeley right there to get the goal.
And Sterling, after scoring that goal, is quite quickly looking to score another. Jimmy Zingaro throws this one in, up in the air, and that's going to be, again, just a great defensive job from Township.
Track! Come on, Sean! Come on, Sean!
And the key to that play with Berkeley, I think, obviously he was able to have the skill to get the head ball in, but having the sense to know where everything was and to be in that open spot, and give credit to Camardo for finding him. And John, I think that goal resulted because Sterling has consistently been able to get deeper in the Haddon Township area of the field than Haddon Township has been able to do in the Sterling end of the field, showing better control.
And a shot right there from number 16, Sean Brandley, goes out wide. But looked like it was going to be a little cross-in right there from Toomey, but decides not to, decides to hold it on a little bit longer, and then Brandley just takes a shot.
Shot it to the left there, but the important thing he did was he kept it low. I mean, even though it went to the left, and the problem Sterling's been having with some of those one-timers a little bit further out is they've been hitting it high. We're getting closer to getting them on net.
Getting closer. Of course, now we're heading into basically whenever the ref decides the first half is over.
Now's when we look to see when they're looking at their clocks, their watches.
As we can clearly see, we're going into extra time just because from the injury and the goal, and that's going to actually do it right there for the first half. Sterling leads this, and we're going to take a look at Mike Berkeley's goal, which right now is leading Sterling. You see the great communication and a great passing right here. Camarado, nice easy cross through. And easy setup for Mike Berkeley to use his head. That's going to do it for first half, and we're going to be right back for second half action.
What's up? I'm DJ Wagner, and I play for Camden High. I got vaccinated against COVID-19 so I can protect my teammates, coaches, family, and friends.
I got my shot because I know the truth. The vaccine works and saves lives.
With the Delta variant spreading, we need you to get off the bench and get in the game.
No excuses.
The vaccine is the best way.
welcome back for second half action. As you can see right here, Sterling leading this game right now, 1-0 over Haddon Township with a Mike Berkeley header. And we'll take a look at this goal right here, and just a great goal right here. Good. Mike Berkeley able to get separation right there from the defenders, and Camarado just a great cross in and a nice header right there from Mike Berkeley to get this Sterling team a lead of 1-0.
And we talked about Camaro's assist. We talked a lot about that, and obviously what Mike Berkeley was able to do. I don't think we talked enough about what Josh Moreland did initially, getting the ball to the outside, initially setting things up, dumping it off to Camarado. Just great work by all three of them in ultimately getting that first goal.
Yeah, that's what we were alluding to in the first half. I think the passing and the controlling the ball is a lot better this year than it has been in the past. In the past, when you have somebody who's, I don't want to say this, derogatory, but when you have players who are more foot skilled, they tend to hold the ball a little bit longer. Whereas this year's Sterling team, we're 1, 2, 3 touching and getting rid of the ball. So, and it's actually been a lot more effective here.
We're doing a good job creating more space, I feel like, deep in the Haddon Township end.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and actually, Sterling hasn't beaten Haddon Township in at least 4 years.
You're right. You're exactly right.
Yeah.
2017.
Yeah.
2017 was the last time.
Yeah, I believe we had a tie in there, but other than that, I don't think we beat them for good a time. Okay.
They did actually have a tie in 2020. Was
I believe it was a 1-1 game.
No, that was a 2-2 game.
2-2 game. Okay, thank you. Yeah,
and of course, like I said, I believe that was the time where Joey Lomas came in as a substitution.
Mm-hmm.
The last win was October 4th, 2017. Sterling beat Haddon Township 3-0. And Haddon Township, the defending Group 1 South Jersey champions.
And of course, now Haddon Township now in our division, so it's going to make a lot of things challenging. Of course, as Sterling had a struggle, has always had some problems with Haddonfield keeping up with them. Now they got another big opponent right here of Township. But so far, Sterling is doing a great job on against Township. Really not afraid of them, really.
Yeah, generally, you mentioned that they're on our side of the division. When you talk about the Colonial Conference, you're talking about the Liberty and the Patriot division. And since the inclusion of Gloucester City moved into the Patriot division, Haddon Township now moved into the Liberty division for soccer. So, but Haddon Township undefeated coming into this game.
I was impressed with what we've been able to do, outscoring our opponents in the first 2 games, Sean, 9-1.
Yeah, it's been very impressive. I know Coach Marley's, has been very pleased about the way we're playing, but at the same time, he was very concerned about this game because he knew how strong Haddon Township was coming in. So this is definitely going to be a challenge and give you a little bit more of a barometer of where the team sits.
Sure, and of course, as we just saw in the standings, both teams are right up there at the top early on here in this season.
Of course, Township has the one game ahead lead over Sterling, of course. But Sterling right now looking like trying to keep this lead, as Lomas is going to come out and make the save to keep the ball in and not make it at a corner.
Yeah, and Haddon Township, couple impressive wins on their resume already. They Lindenwald, they beat a Lindenwald team who's very good, and we played them for the last couple of years. They beat Lindenwald 3-1, and they also beat Haddonfield 2-1. So a couple nice wins on their resume already. And looking at the Liberty division as well, West Deptford, who's the defending Group 2 champions for soccer, is 2-0 this year as well.
Zingaro with a big throw in. Mike Berkeley's trying to get something, gives it to Justin Maroney. Maroney, it's going to be a no goal for interference with the goalie. It's going to be interference with a keeper. I saw it and I was going to wonder if the ref was going to call it. You know, look right here. Justin Maroney is going to chest this one away.
Yeah.
Just unfortunate.
Yeah, there was a couple things going on there. He was going after the ball. I think they might even have called a handball there because his arm was up. But it was hard to actually tell. As you see him running into the goalie. Goalie staying with the play. The ball's kind of went back and forth, and then I think he would have been all right if it wasn't for that little shove at the end where he actually knocked the goalie off. But the incidental collision wasn't the call. I think it was the arm being extended.
Yeah, you could be right there. And of course, a big gust of wind is really right now affecting the ball.
Yeah. Justin Maroney, a hockey player, so he's using his hockey skills in a soccer field here.
Well, there's Mike Berkeley. Mike Berkeley could have had a shot at goal.
Mike does a nice job being unselfish here and laying the ball out to Josh Moreland. Mike actually on the left-hand side. It's not his natural side. So he always goes left, but actually shoots right. So give him the ball up to Josh Moreland. Just misses a little bit on that pass. But nice idea of moving the ball there. Nice job by the goalkeeper coming out and grabbing the ball. So I know people always say that Mr. Schulz is a big bag of wind, but this is actually the wind making that noise.
It's not me. This time it's not me. Even John Hallwood would confirm that.
There you go.
And it's going to be Township's throw-in, and again, Sterling has been doing a good job defensively so far, as that's going to be a goalie's kick.
Yeah, it's going to be a 6 kick here coming up. Now you see in the background, in the one angle, you see tennis is playing today. John, your sister's playing tennis. How does she like it so far?
She's actually, what I've heard though, she's quite enjoying it.
There you go. There's a shot of the tennis team. So,
of course, I don't think my sister's playing just yet.
Rumor has it she's the best Hallwood at tennis. I don't know. Is that true?
I don't think that's true.
No? Okay.
I got 2 varsity wins under my belt, so.
There you go. Okay. Starting a sibling rivalry here. She doesn't even know it.
And Kevin Stubbs makes a great strike.
Yeah, it was a nice cross by Kevin Stubbs. You got the replay here as they're going. Just missed on the head with Michael Berkeley. So, but nice job. And again, it's one of those things where, you know, Sterling just using their athleticism to create opportunities here.
Definitely coming out in the second half, putting a decent amount of pressure on Haddon Township.
Now Haddon Township playing without their captain the second half here. So they're trying to tighten things up in the back without his presence. Nice job by Timmy Hall.
Timmy Hall, good job from him from avoiding the tackle on could be a nice through ball right there for Kevin Stubbs.
Yeah, little Kevin connection there. Kevin Martin looking for Kevin Stubbs. Played out by Haddon Township. We're going to get a throw in here. As Jim Zagara is going to take the throw in. If you're Channel 19 fans, Jim is a basketball player in the wintertime and from the Colonial Conference champion basketball team.
Jim Zagara with a nice through ball, but tries to send.
Plays it down the corner, and Camardo plays out.
And that's going to be a corner kick right here.
Yeah, it looks like another corner kick here for Sterling. Let's see if we can create an opportunity here. It's going to be a throw-in.
Oh, so it's going to be a throw-in. Oh,
so
okay.
I thought he called a corner.
I thought so too.
So Jim Zagara at the throw-in.
It is basically like a corner for them with Jimmy Zagara throwing it in.
Yeah, I was going to give you a preview of the corner kick. Who was taking it? I was like, oh, Jim Zagara was taking it. I was like, oh. It's a lot of confidence in somebody who's coming out for soccer again. Jimmy played growing up, but actually hasn't played at the high school level since his freshman year. So just coming out this year to really add to the depth of the team here. And getting some quality minutes here at the varsity level. Call here. Looks like I got a call here. Yeah, getting a little chippy here. Ball goes up in the air. Got Zingaro hitting, then they called a call on here on Kevin Martin really not playing the ball and just backing up. So Haddon Township with the restart. It's a really dangerous part of the field for a restart for Haddon Township.
And another Township player slow to get up, but
yeah, it's number 10, Luke Chatton.
A few substitutions in here.
Luke Chatton coming in, trying to play a ball here at the tackle.
Just
knees.
Yeah, just probably foots actually.
Yeah, it goes down, and in a previous play, he was the one who went down when Kevin Martin got called for a foul in the midfield. So he's wearing a little bit of the Sterling grass today. Haddon Township with the throw, and it's a dangerous part of the field. So again, Sterling doing a nice job of neutralizing any of these opportunities as Haddon Township comes up. Again, this is
Are you kidding me?
I got a call here. Sterling not liking that call.
Really not.
Doesn't look like Chatton was playing the ball actually.
And there's a yellow card right there, and I think this is going to be for.
Yeah, I think a little disrespect for the referee. He's being sent off the field right now. So with the yellow card.
Yep,
So-
Jimmy Zingaro is going to be shown a yellow card. Of course, in high school level, you will have to leave the field.
Yeah, coming off the field here. You know, obviously unhappy with the call and let the official know about it. It's not uncommon to be unhappy with the call, but it's usually a good idea not to let the officials know how you're calling this. Caleb Evans coming in on the as a substitution. The Evans name real familiar to the soccer around here in the Sterling community. And so he had 2 older brothers come through the program and a sister who come through the program.
Jordan Evans.
Jordan, Shane, and also Alexis. Alexis was a member of that 2014 South Jersey Championship team.
Yep, good player. And I remember Jordan was a really good defender.
Yeah.
Really, on the back end, really solidified things.
Yeah.
Bigger guy, physical presence.
Yeah, and Shane was Shane was tall and lanky, and you know, kind of a Swiss Army knife on the field. You can put him anywhere you needed to go. A dangerous ball here. So the ball's head ball goes to the side panel here. It's a nice serve here. A little too long here though on the serve, but good job getting the head on the ball. Comes through 2 Sterling defenders and then puts it on the side panel.
And we were saying, Sean, on each one of those plays, it seems like why Sterling's had success defensively is that when they kick it in there, there's 2 or 3 Sterling guys there to 1 Haddon Township player.
Yeah, they're doing a great job of marking up in the box. And right there, you saw 2 players there. Just, you know, the ball was up there, and Haddon Township won the ball in the air. You know, he just got up and above our Sterling player. I believe that was Nate McAfee, I believe, who won that head ball.
A lot chippier out here.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, game's getting a lot more physical.
McFadden's going to make a cross, and you can just see how the wind had affected that as soon as it entered up in the air.
Yeah. Jadis also a member of that basketball team that won the conference championship.
We were saying how he's one of those guys who are going to take over a little more of the offensive load this year.
Yeah, absolutely. And so we have substitutions here. Braden Sheen's coming on for for Kevin Martin. And I'm not sure who just came on the Haddon Township. But Owen DeBus comes off the field. So, again, you got 2 teams out here who aren't used to losing, so that's why you see the competitiveness and kind of the chippiness coming up. I mean, Haddon Township defending Group 1 champions, they're not used to being in the situation where they're down a goal. So you're definitely going to see them turning up a notch.
Aramel's going to throw this one in for Sterling.
Oh, we got a player there.
Sean's going to head up there, see what's up with, looks like Justin Burr out there. And our next TV game is going to be Friday, September 17th, live on Channel 19, live on YouTube. Girls soccer, Sterling going against Haddonfield at 3:45. Again, you can catch it on Channel 19 or YouTube live. John, a big early season matchup there for girls soccer going against the probably our biggest rival in Haddonfield.
Yeah, one of the biggest rivals right there is Haddonfield, of course, and again, it's going to be a very entertaining match no matter what. It's always an entertaining match when you face one of your top competition and all, and of course it's going to be very interesting to see on who comes up on top of that game.
And the interesting thing always with Haddonfield is playing them here where you've got the grass, a little bit of a bigger field, as opposed to being on the football field where the field's a little smaller, and obviously the bounces that you get are a little bit different. There's a lot of restarts on that field, and sometimes Haddonfield uses that to their advantage because they're used to doing it, and they play a real good restart game.
Of course, I have played on both grass and turf. I find turf a lot more better because as effective as a goalie, because with the grass, those unexpected bounces can come out of nowhere.
The grass.
From the grass and all, but as from turf, there is no unexpected bounce. It's just
they can be higher bounces, though. You have to know that it's going to be higher.
Higher, but no, there's no unexpected. What I'm
right,
saying
I know
is
you're saying.
It's not in the ground.
Like the bad hop you would have in baseball.
Mm-hmm. Hermel's going to try. Unfortunate, and it's going to be a throw-in for Sterling. You can see the foul right here against Sterling.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, yeah. Did I say that wrong?
You might have. Here's a high kick, good opportunity. Good
ball bouncing, and I think that's going to be for goalie interference. Right, I think it's going to be goalie interference right here.
They were all going up, and oh yeah, it looks like they pulled his arm. Pretty easy to see on the replay.
Yeah, that's Braden Sheehan. Braden Sheehan trying to use the European trick there.
Almost looked like pass interference in football.
Yeah, he would have got 15 yards in the other field over there.
Yeah.
An automatic first down, right? Is it an automatic first down in high school?
No. It's I think it's like
10 yards?
10 or 5 yards.
Yeah, because I think we might have had that situation happen in one of the games this year.
And honestly, what Sterling does a good job also is kind of cornering a player. As soon as he turns one way, another Sterling player is right on top of him the other way.
Take your time, get set. Boys, back off the line, please. No, we don't need to foul. We can defend.
Again, you can hear both of the players and the coaches talking to each other. And you can see right there's the foul being committed. Just basically has full control of the arm, which you cannot do.
Nice break up pass there, Braden Sheehan. Lose control.
Sheehan's been doing a good job in the middle, the midfield.
This connection there is Victor John was trying to find
from Kevin Stubbs. Kevin Stubbs wasn't expecting the pass, but if they would have had a nice breakaway right there. Victor John was on a run.
Yeah, and it's once again Sterling with a very unique blend of athletes here playing soccer. Kevin also a wrestler and a volleyball player, in addition to playing soccer. As Zangaro and Martin come back in the game.
And of course, Zangaro is going to have to be careful being on that yellow card. And makes one more bad tackle or one comment, he's off.
Yeah, so we got Ermel and Evans coming off the field.
Maroney makes a throw in, and it's going to go back out, and now Zangaro is going to make the throw in. Gives us to Mike Berkeley.
Yeah, finds Mike Berkeley. Mike Berkeley trying to work back to his right there. Gets dispossessed. Haddon Township is really crowding the middle right now, so Sterling needs to attack from the outside to create some opportunities. And there's Victor John. But it plays the ball up. Turns the ball over.
Nice one, Kevin. Don't fail. Look it. Yes. What on, Vic? Don't fail, Kevin. Don't fail. That's fine. Well done.
Nice shot by Sterling. Haddon Township being a lot more patient right now with the attack, trying to make some connections, and Sterling did a nice job there, forcing the out-of-bounds play. For a throw-in. Kevin Stubbs with the throw-in. Finds Zangaro. Finds Sheehan, who gets dispossessed there. Oh, way to fight back by bringing it Sheehan.
Nice clean tackle right there.
Got some good soccer there on both sides.
Well, good pass there by Jim Zangaro, catching Justin Maroney in stride.
Hey, White! Come here. White, come here.
And Mr. Clank is going to go out to tend to an injured player on Haddon Township.
Of course, Sean Clank has multiple duties, part commentator and part student athlete.
Absolutely. And you've seen Township early on in this game. We're getting a lot of restart opportunities. It doesn't seem like they're getting as many here. Seems like Sterling's getting more of the overall opportunities, and Haddon Township really hasn't been able to break through. I mean, you could see, John, that little bit of, for about a minute and a half, there was just back and forth action right here in the middle. And you could just see how frustrated Township was in that scenario. They're just getting a little break right now.
And you can see right there, Justin talking to the ref probably about that one goal that he almost scored, but it was that goalie interference right there. It's a little tough when you could be scoring your first goal of the season and all, and it's kind of hard to.
Anytime you make contact, obviously that's real out in the open, with the ball being right there in front of the net. More often than not, they're going to see that.
Of course, this will be Township's ball.
Coach Pete Marley's mixing in a lot of players, and we've seen where that's really been beneficial, when you get to the latter part of the game, having that depth and having the fresh legs in there.
So we're about 20 minutes into the second half here. Not sure we're at the stoppage time, so the time's being kept on the field. Yeah, we have we're trying to keep stoppage time here, but again, it's all up to the referee. We're not sure when he actually started the clock here.
Plus, then, not to mention, they usually add a little bit of extra time too. And a little
very misplay by Lomas, which is very rare.
Very rare. He usually comes out and grabs it, but that one almost got through. Let's look at it again on the replay right here. You see the throw in, and wow. Luckily, there was nobody off to his right side from Township. there to knock that one in.
Yeah, it was a nice throw in here. He was anticipating a head ball there by Sterling, but they kind of let the ball go through. And again, really creating a dangerous play there.
Good job by Kevin Stubbs being there and just getting it out.
Yeah, and then drawing the foul as well.
Jimmy Zagaro's going to throw this one up.
And again, you'll start to see it get a little bit chippier as the game gets a little longer in the tooth here, because Haddon Township's going to show a little desperation.
And right now, what really could seal the nail in the coffin here for Sterling would be another, I mean, for Haddon Township would be another goal against them.
Good shot by Braden Sheen here. We had a player lose its cleat.
Yeah, one of the defenders.
On the pitch, as they say.
Victor John is going to clear this one, and it goes right off of his foot.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Take your time, take your time. Watch, take watch.
He tried to play through a defender there, was unsuccessful.
And you are right, they seem to be quite calmer. They've kind of like decided like, okay, let's take a step back real quick and look who we're passing it to.
Well, they've become very patient in their attack right now. You know, so they're kind of having a plan. Rather earlier in the game, I think they were trying to, you know, create that 1-2 pass and trying to create an opportunity. And I think they're realizing that there wasn't much space there, so they're trying to be patient and create some space. So Kevin Martin does a nice job of taking the ball at the foot. It plays out of bounds. Sterling has subs coming on as Justin Burr, Mike Ermel, and Robbie Toomey come on, replacing Mike Berkeley, Brady and Sheehan, and Victor John. The danger is getting complacent and thinking somebody else is going to take care of the ball. So,
well, they're winning the majority. It feels like the majority of the one-on-one battles too. They're just,
absolutely.
Getting to them, and a couple of their scoring opportunities came off, getting to the ball and turning and creating their own space.
Yeah, we're definitely doing a nice job today winning the play. I think that's in front of us.
J-Mo! Right corner.
Jim Zagaro with the throw-in. Played up at Haddon Township. Mike Garmo plays it on the, tried to play it on the ground, trying to find somebody. Intercepted by Haddon Township.
Moreland was probably the player that he was trying to go for, as that goes out, and that's going to be a Township throw-in.
Played out by McFadden. He finds Moreland. Oh, kind of miscontrols it and turns it over to Haddon Township, who in turn plays it right out of bounds. Zingaro again with the throw-in.
There we see a
the
shirt and tied tech crew guy. He's got his own camera though. If we get the video, Mr. K can look at it. We might hire him for the TV 19 tech crew.
Yeah.
Sterling's going to make a substitution. Mike Berkeley's going to come in, and
Rob Toomey steps off.
Well, he's the best dressed camera. No offense to what we have, but the best dressed camera guy we have here. And he doesn't have the tie, just the shirt, but he took the tie off.
Yeah. He has some eligibility left here, so he's using up his high school eligibility.
Field Township, I mean.
Here is then Nasir Morris carries the ball here.
Try to get it to Garcia ahead of the pack, but Sterling doing a good job having 3 defenders back there. Sterling really is defending the ball well.
But they did a nice job there of making sure they attack one sideline and sideline rather than right down to the goal line. So, you know, making it go east-west rather than north-south. Moreland steers the ball, tries to find Berkeley. Plays out, goalie coming out.
This could be big.
Play.
This is
Ball's
a risky
coming back.
one.
Yeah, it's a risky one. Josh Moreland tries to control it. Oh, had it in the box. Nice job by Haddon Township getting back. Kevin Martin controls. Loses the ball. Oh, this could be dangerous right now. Sterling misplays the ball. Nice job by Justin Burr to stand up. That had the looks of being a really dangerous attack there.
Yeah, you're right, Sean. If Justin Burr didn't step into that, Haddon Township, for one of the few times, had some good numbers there going on against Sterling.
Right there, Justin Burr was able to stop the counterattack and...
Yeah, plays through as Berkeley plays down. Ball played out off for Kevin Martin. It goes sides.
And honestly, these next... When it basically gets around to the 30th minute, it's gonna get a lot more interesting on what Township's gonna do. They're gonna risk it a lot. Corners are gonna be, they're gonna have very few center backs.
Yeah, they're probably going to press the attacks and bring somebody up, and vice versa. You might see Sterling pull back one of their offensive players to, back to the midfield. So maybe their offensive midfielder might move back to play a more defensive position as they get later in the game. So, Sterling lets that one bounce. They have 2 players there to play it, and they let it bounce. And again, it creates a field advantage there for Haddon Township. This ball's played out by Morris out of bounds. Josh Moreland comes out, and Robbie Toomey's coming on.
Coach Marley's and Goffredo there. Really, John, we talked about it, really using their depth, and especially right here to the very end. And yeah, that's where you could see early here that Township's trying to kick the ball ahead and get some mismatches, but Sterling is just doing a great job staying back and keeping the ball in front of them. Really playing the right way that they need to play with a 1-0 lead. Still putting pressure on offensively, but doing a real nice job guarding the back end, especially on the quick plays and transition.
Right there, good job trying to get something right there in the middle. Unfortunately, the keeper gets it.
And John, you saw that short hop on the grass. I think that's what you were talking about that can happen. Sometimes you don't get a true hop. You got one there, but with grass, that could be a dangerous play.
It is one of those dangerous plays as Jimmy Zingaro gets fouled. As you see the foul right here. And here it comes right here. Jimmy Zingaro is going to try and get this one, I think, or this one's it's Timmy Hall. And Haddonfield's going to make a quick throw in. Timmy Hall's going to try to boot this one away. It goes basically the opposite side. And Township will still have another throw in. Timmy will now send away Mike Berkeley, and
that's the second time we've seen the Township goalie just come way out, John. And that's where you don't want to underestimate the speed of Mike Berkeley and getting to the ball. And
this has came back. I don't know what it for, actually.
Yeah, it looks like it's a foul here. We got to restart at midfield.
McFadden will take this one. I wouldn't suggest taking it straight away. The wind's kind of right now.
See a good shot of Sterling fans back there. Yeah, a lot of the freshman team and some fans back behind there. Good turnout today. As aside from the soccer game, it's just really nice to get back into school, after having the year and a half off from COVID and really coming back and having and seeing the kids involved and enjoying each other's and the activities they're doing. So, I was so desperate, I was even happy to see John Hallwood. Yeah.
See, someone missed me.
Kamara plays here. Kamara played the body right on the ball. Again, dangerous restart here.
Boy,
And actually,
started quick.
Yeah, it was a quick restart. I think I would have put that one in the box, considering how we played the last throw in there.
Well, it caught Sterling off guard, so it's done something, and that's just down playing for the ball. That's going to be fouled upon.
Where they're complaining about the play, but then Haddon Township just saw the ball and went for it. That's where you can't. This is a Haddon Township team that could catch you flat-footed. They're going to react quick, and right now are desperate to make things happen.
And of course, you can see a Township player down. Might be a cramp.
He's in a lot of pain, no question about it.
Yeah.
We're going to get. Sean Clank's going to go out there.
And of course, our next TV game is going to be Friday, September 17th. Girls soccer. The Lady Knights will take on Haddonfield here at home. Of course, it will be live on Channel 19, also live on YouTube. And just a great and amazing match that's going to come up right here on Friday. It's always a great match seeing Sterling against Haddonfield, two very close teams.
And we have that, we always say about wanting to have that nice mix where you have veterans and good younger players coming in. Really are strong in all of our classes with the girls soccer. So that's going to make them tough.
Of course, you can order a DVD of your favorite event, $20 per event, $3 for mailing. Please include the name of the event. And you can also contact Mr. K on those. Of course, you can always get the older games, of course, from back. Some in the 80s, you don't have too much of a choice, but later on, though, you have a bigger choice.
If you played here maybe 10 years ago, Mr. K's got them all cataloged. Let them know what game you want. And a lot of the sports, if there's a home game and you remember us doing the game, you can get it and look back at what you looked like 10 years ago.
10 years ago, they would be in high school.
Right. And he even goes, Mr. K goes further back. I know there's, he's got some games when people played before we were all here. He shows some of them sometimes in the summer, games from the late 80s, early 90s, a couple basketball games from around 2000 when they had those great championship teams and boys and girls.
Right now, Sterling's just wanting to find one more goal to at least increase this lead, and I think this is going to be called as a handball.
And John, the thing I like about Sterling's obviously with the way they're defending, the way they're both the back end and the midfield are frustrating Township. As you see the handball there, but Sterling is still trying to get those offensive opportunities. So Haddon Township has to respect that. So, Haddon Township obviously wants to send everybody up as we're getting later and later in this game, but when Sterling's playing like that, it makes it very difficult to do that.
It really does, and of course, you never know. It's risky doing that because Sterling has shown that they are able to attack. They're able to put opportunities in front of the goal, and I don't think Township really wants to right now risk too much and get a second goal and be 2-0 down with, well, basically. Well, 8 minutes unofficially left. Soon to be 7. And here's Haddon Township's first save. Great save from Lomas right there. Big opportunity from Township.
Boy, they haven't had too many great opportunities. That obviously was their best opportunity of the day, but what a save by Joey Lomas. This is where when you have a goalie that really picks everybody up, and wow, great one-handed save there by Joe Lomas.
And quick response right there from Township and all to get that ball away, but just an amazing save right there from Lomas, and a great job from Justin Burr, able to kick that one away from the danger and out of play.
That was a bullet with the left foot. We had a defender right there. Wow, what a nice move. And man, he just buried that, kept the shot low. Just an outstanding play.
Just an
by Joe Lomas.
Just an amazing diving save right there from Lomas, yes. And I'm gonna take one more look right here. Just a save that always boosts up a team's morale. Jimmy Zagaro's gonna send this one to Mike Berkeley. Mike Berkeley still has a chance. And yep, he's gonna get that foul. And right now, Mike Berkeley's dealing with a cramp by the looks of things.
John, another instance where Sterling's still pushing things up offensively, and it's making it difficult for Township to send more people up. Boy, Berkeley does a great job. Look at him using his size and strength to shield the defender. Hopefully he's okay. As we see him walking off, that's always a good sign.
Well, it's basically like a corner for Sterling, but it's still a free kick. Moreland is going to take this one. He's going to send it right up in the middle, right in the box, and still another opportunity right here for Sterling. Sends it back into the box, bouncing around, and that's going to be a foul. Well, no, they do blow the whistle, okay. But it is going to be a foul against Sterling in the box. Sterling commits the foul, I should say. You're going to see it right.
This is where they're really going to try
Yeah,
to get everybody up there. And obviously, Sterling's going to have some more people back, but you could possibly get a transition opportunity, especially with Sterling's speed ahead. You know, they're right now thinking defense first. Absolutely, I was thinking the same thing, especially that last one. Okay.
Of course, right now, Township's just trying to find something, and Sterling able to, like, is able to hold him off for a bit and send something up, but Marley isn't liking how right now they're playing right now, because they have that opportunity. He knows that they have the speed against Township where they can have basically a 2-on-2 or a one-on-one on the keeper.
It's a real nice play here by Moreland, stripping the ball away. And really, Sterling's doing an outstanding job to right hitting out the midfield, controlling the ball themselves, not even, and when Township gets the ball, they're right in their face. Time is unofficial, but very close. I know in that first half, we were only about maybe 20 or 30 seconds off, which is pretty good considering all the different things that are going on. We've had some injury stoppages, and it's tough to really gauge when those refs are starting their watches back up.
Stops.
And Jimmy Zagaro is going to throw this one deep down into their end, of course. Sterling right now just trying to find a goal or just hang on with this 1-goal lead. Really, just another goal right now would seal the deal. And
Yeah, this is really bringing on even a bigger sense of desperation with us getting close, moving on that last minute of play. So.
Got Moreland take it down the sideline here. Makes a nice little turn. Nice job of getting away from.
He's going to do it, and Mike Berkeley scores. That is going, hopefully, to seal the deal for Sterling.
This Mike's coming right into your living room with Tim Ball.
Let's go!
Got the whole Jadis McFadden showing off the jersey. So I think they know the game's being taped. That's a great job by Josh Moreland here. There was 4 defenders right around. It's a way to come out and then comes across and really sets up a nice opportunity. Mike Berkeley with the right foot on the left side creates a nice goal. Now it looks like Haddon Township was looking for an offside call there, but I don't believe there's an offsides call on a shot. So and Josh Moreland's play there was a deflected shot. So look here, as he turns away, he has 4 white shirts right there, and he takes a shot and said Mike Berkeley right there.
I don't think since now this is the thing about offside and all. If it I believe it does come off. If it comes off the defender, it doesn't matter where the attacking player was. It is still technically onside because the defender did touch it.
Well, it's a deflected shot. You can't be offside on a shot, so it was a deflected shot there, and it wasn't a pass. So Sterling did a nice job. Mike Berkeley did a nice job there, following up the deflected shot and putting it in goal. So again, this is a nice, very entertaining game right now, and actually gives Sterling a little bit more breathing room.
I think Coach Marley's just liking his decision to put Berkeley, as we look at the shot right there, up and forward.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Looks going to restart here. I don't know what they took a shot here, and then
they weren't. And I think it was either the ball was either too close or the wall was too close to the ball.
Well, the referee has to blow the ball into play. So that was what that call was. I think he shot before that. Oh, off the crossbar. And I'm not sure what the call is.
I don't think they're saying offside.
Okay.
Yeah, it comes up here. Ball comes off the crossbar. A nice shot, and then
number 4.
Yeah.
And you're gonna see about number 4 come way offside, and
well, he started before the ball was blown into play. So
yeah, that was kind of an easy one to call.
And again, I don't think you can be all sides on a shot. So that was actually a. So I think the call was he actually started before the ball was actually struck. On a restart, you can't start before the ball's actually struck. So that's what that call was.
Well, you can't actually be offside on a shot. You can.
Yeah.
It's just certain.
Yeah. I mean, that was a great replay by the end zone camera. You see the player starting to move before the ball was struck. Once you have a restart, you can't move until the ball struck. So.
Offside is a very complicated. It can be very complicated thing, and that's going to be a.
Yeah, it's a.
There's 4 right there.
Yeah, great shot by our camera crew.
Yeah, good job by our camera crew. Wonder if the guy in the shirt and tie over there got that one.
Yeah, did you?
At least he looks good, but.
There you go. See how effective he is.
Starts questioning him. Did you get that shot?
So.
Maybe that's why he's over there and we're over here, right?
That's right. Nice shot.
And they're going to call it right there. That's going to be the.
No,
wait, no.
That's out of time. That's
not time, yeah.
No, that
ref is still going to add some more time to the game here. This is going to be a corner right here for Haddon Township.
Yeah.
John was ready to jump over the table and flood the field.
Yeah. this was 50 years ago, we'd have streakers, but you know, we don't have them right now.
This township's gonna take this corner kick.
We're actually, we'll call this, they always say extra time. I like to call it athletic trainer time. Because all the times I was called onto the field. So from this point forward, it's going to be athletic trainer time. So.
And the ref was taking the flag out, and he's got to put the flag back in.
Sir, what we got left, sir?
There you go.
Stop the clock with your ball runner wasn't there. All right, so what do you have left? 9 seconds.
And we can officially hear there is 9 seconds left of this game. That is actually officially because it was said by the ref.
There you go.
And it's going to be offsides, and basically it's going to be called right now. Sterling wins against Haddon Township 2-0 right here. But Mike Berkeley scoring 2 goals, one off the header and scoring basically a late minute goal right here for Sterling, and it's just a great job overall from Sterling, able to find some paths. Of course, you're going to take a look at this second goal here.
Replay second goal here as they're coming out. And we'll say as a replay here, we're going to go to break.
And post-game show will
follow. Yep.
Will follow, yeah.
We all have places to go, people to see, and things to do. But while on the move, it pays to be street smart. Summerdale is home to several heavily traveled streets, busy intersections, and bustling shopping centers. When crossing the street, don't take the risk. Always use crosswalks and look for the walk signs. When driving, be aware of pedestrians and always stop for people while in a crosswalk. It's the law. Please pay special consideration when children are present, as well as when our students are traveling to and from school, as many of them commute on foot every day. For all of us, while walking, biking, or driving, please pay attention and put down the phone. In the time it takes to look at your phone, accidents do happen. Let's be safe and recognize our surroundings, as well as our fellow travelers. Summerdale is a proud partner of Street Smart New Jersey's Pedestrian Safety Education Campaign. Learn more at bestreetsmartnj.org. And let's be street smart, Summerdale.
People are oblivious to the facts and supportive of the fiction. What should you believe? Believe the facts. COVID-19 is a real problem, and here's how you can do your part. Social distancing works. 6 feet apart from everyone. Proper mask placement prevents the virus from getting in and out, and lets you breathe normally. And if you're not near a sink, you can use hand sanitizer to kill the virus before it can keep spreading. But whenever you can, wash your hands. Soap, water, happy birthday. You know the drill. Let's help each other get through this. Stay safe, stay healthy, and go to cdc.gov for more information.
I've been awfully concerned about you. Would you like to talk? You've been locked up in the basement for numerous weeks. Is there something going on?
I'm not.
Okay, kiddies, let's film a commercial.
With the COVID pandemic still going on, limiting the attendance of the people in the bleachers we sit in, we need a way to help bring the sports to them. This is where we come in. Tech Crew is as important as ever, and these are the people taking on this important job. We do important stuff for live coverages, home and away, recordings for your family, and college scouting. Important stuff, isn't it? But we need people to help with this important stuff. Who might that person be? Why, to make it simple, you! If you're interested, find Mr. K in room 201 to join the Tech Crew today.
We are here with our post-game show talking to Mike Berkeley. Boy, Mike, we'll get to the goals in a second, but what a battle out there.
Haddon Township always brings it. They bring it every year. It's always physical. It's probably our most physical game of the year, and we just have to come out on top.
And that's what stood out with how initially you were getting your opportunities, you were getting separation. Talk about the physical way you play that forward position.
Well, I'm not a quite technical player like someone else, like Josh Moore would be, but I can get past kids with the dip of the shoulder, push of the shoulder, and I just try to overpower them with a big touch and then get in behind.
Okay. And, oh, you just got to lift it up a little closer to your mouth. There you go. Okay, we're good. Okay, now we're going to get to the goals. Walk us through that first goal, the header.
Well, whenever the ball comes out outside the 18, I'm always looking to get around the far post penalty area. And, of course, Jake Mateo put it right on my head, and I was able to slide it past the goalie. Look at that now. It's pretty good.
You look at that? Yeah, I'm sorry. We had that on there.
But, yeah, that's always what Mark.
We'll give another look at it. Yeah, describe it again.
He always tells us to get in goal-scoring positions, and I just happened to be in the perfect position for Jake Martin to put it on my head, and he played a perfect ball, to be fair.
And we look at this right here. And the thing I liked about it, and look at that. I mean, it was a great play, but how you positioned yourself away from you had a sense of where the defenders were. Is that one of those things you're learning as you're learning the forward position?
The way you make your run, it can throw defenders' heads off all the time. If you just a little 1 answer.
Just lift this up. Yeah.
They won't really. They gotta make a decision. If they make the
Okay, and like I said, it was just a great play all around. Now we're going to get to the second goal. We'll have this on here as we watch it. Describe for us what's going on here.
Well, at first I was trying to get Josh playing the ball here, but he didn't play it and took a shot. But I wasn't offsides because I took a deflection and the ball fell right to me. I just tried to put it between the goalie's legs and it went through.
That was a great job. You did one thing wrong. You came off blue to this camera, that camera, and completely forgot about the camera down there. So just next time, you got to get all three. But a great job. Boy, I'll tell you, Mike, you played great. And it's got to be satisfying for you as a senior leader, just seeing how well, obviously you had the 2 goals, how well you guys played as a team. Talk a little bit about that.
Well, but we have obviously, well, you can't see on this, but our practice kids have family across the front.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we have tried to build there, the culture we've tried to build here. It's all about coming together and playing as one. And instead of just playing for yourself, you play for the team because you want everybody else to win, not just show.
Well said, Mike. Great job today. Thanks for coming on, and hey, best of luck the rest of the way. All right, pal. Thank you. Yeah, it's on. Okay, we have Joe Lomas in here. Joe?
Hello.
We were remarking how well your guys were playing in front of you. Just make sure you talk close to the mic. Throughout the game, had some good opportunities, but the biggest opportunity they had that you made, I think, picked up the whole team, and that was that one-handed save. You're going to see it here. Walk us through it as we're looking at it on the replay.
Of course, the game, I didn't really have a lot of good opportunities. They had a few that rolled into the box, and at first I wasn't expecting Timmy to go all the way, and then from the initial shot, I didn't think I was going to be able to get there, but eventually I did get there, and then I just made the save. I also was expecting a rebound, but that didn't happen.
Right. Well, just great reacting on your part, and you saw what the team did in front of you. Now, on a game where we had a decent amount of opportunities, they didn't have as many tough opportunities. Talk about how important it is for you to stay so mentally in sync and be able to make the save that you made right there.
It is hard because I realize sometimes in practice I'll get a few shots over the net, and then they'll hit a weak one that's kind of right at me, and I won't save it because I'm just not expecting a good shot. And that's going to be my main focus here, is to stay in the game and not expect my defense just to make the first stop.
And is that the difference? Obviously, last year you came in, you didn't even know you were going to play goal. You came in, you did an outstanding job. But is that one of the things that you learned from experience as you got to this year, where you just feel like you're better from an experience standpoint compared to last year?
Yeah, I just feel more confident this year with I know this year, not this game specifically, but they played more balls back to me in past games because they were more confident in my touch and not being able to just to move the ball from side to side. It's the big thing.
Okay.
Confidence in myself and confidence that my teammates have in me.
Well, definitely you came up big today, and I'm sure that's something that obviously this team really obviously appreciates, and it just picked everybody up. Joe, thanks for coming on with us. Great job, and keep things going the way they are. All right, thanks, pal. Okay.
Go Knights.
Go Knights. You got to go Knights in. Okay, and Mr. Marley's, is not going to be able to come over here. He had to get to his younger guys over there. So we're going to wrap it up. Great job announcing by John Hallwood, Mr. Clank, and our tech crew, as always, doing an outstanding job, getting a lot of replays, a lot of great shots. Mr. K is always doing an outstanding job. Our next game is going to be girls soccer this Friday against Haddon. So we'll definitely see you then. For everybody involved, I'm Mr. Schultz. We'll see you next time on Channel 19.